So it seems to me that once again, people just don't understand what they're playing or what they're signing up for if you've been playing COD for a while. There's no really other game on the market that really feels like how COD feels. I feel like it's unique in that sense, but realistically, it's Call of Duty. It can only look or play so differently without becoming a completely different game. So I don't understand people's frustration from that aspect. So it gotta be some level of fatigue and just seeing too much of something. And the thing is, COD has always been my multiplayer game of choice. And I like how it feels. And it used to be a complete experience where you could experience special ops in Modern Warfare, a campaign, and then the multiplayer. So I just feel like it really had value in said product because I was able to experience a single player, a co-op mode, and a multiplayer mode. So it really covered three different bases that I still enjoy to this day. And it's worth noting that before COD 4, everything was pretty bare bones by today's standards. Pre COD 4, there was no sprinting, there was no health regen, there was no custom classes. None of the things that made people fall in love with Call of Duty. COD 4 introduced all of that. And when those things clicked together for the first time, that's when the franchise found its identity. That's when it became what we know it as today. So when people talk about going back to COD's roots, just know the roots people are actually talking about started in COD 4. Everything before that was a different game. And look, the only real way I feel like COD could genuinely separate itself from a campaign standpoint is to flip the perspective entirely. We've always played the good guys, but at what point do we reverse the roles and play as the bad guys? Make our point of views feel completely justified, let the story build in suspense, let the mystery unfold over the course of the campaign until you realize that the faction you've been fighting for this whole time isn't the side you thought it was. That's the kind of storytelling that would actually make people talk about a COD campaign again, not just complete it and move on. Because these campaigns lately, while not bad per se, they're just very generic, and they all seem to involve a suspicious amount of missiles.
Jesus. Ballistic missiles. Hassan's got missiles. I'll say again. Hassan has American missiles.
Of American missiles. Or ballistic missiles like
Hassan is moving missiles. He has a smuggled those missiles, sir.
Is it carrying a missile container?
At some point, you have to ask, is there a missile shortage going on in the COD universe or a overinflation of them, rather? Because somebody keeps threatening to launch them bitches every single day. And there's no real mystery to it no more. There's no real suspense. You know who you're fighting. You know what the stakes are. You know exactly how the game ends. Maybe not exactly, but you have a rough idea how it ends. In COD 4, it had mystery. MW2, the OG, had twists. Those campaigns felt like they were really taking you somewhere. The newer ones feel like you're going through the motions of a story that you already played through. And here's the thing, before COD was primarily a single player experience, the campaign was the game. And a lot of those multiplayer maps we loved over the years were connected to those campaign missions. So when the campaign is generic, the maps carry some of that with them. You play a map differently when you remember it from a mission and it actually meant something to you. When the campaign doesn't land, the maps feel a lot emptier because of it. You have no real connection to anything on the map or the game because everything was just meh. That's why the campaign still matters, even for people who skip it. It sets the tone for the entire game whether you realize it or not. And another thing, people don't hate COD necessarily. They just either are fatigued from it or they're just tired of the game heading down this battle pass Fortnite centric type game because that's not what we know and love. And not only that, but the back-to-back Black Ops and Modern Warfare games just fatigued a lot of people. MW4 though, it feels like a fresh start. I have no doubt that it'll perform better because of that alone. I've always preferred Modern Warfare over Black Ops. I just like how the movement feels in those games compared to the Black Ops. And that's just my personal preference. And there's a very real chance we get a classic mode that restricts movement boosts and removes all the mechanics that we don't like. If that happens, MW4 is in a genuinely great position because people are going to want something new eventually. And the ports will just become another game you can play at some point. But a new COD with a classic mode, that's actually exciting because you have different type of content to look forward to. Black Ops and Black Ops 2 on the PS5 could only get so different because you can't really add anything without ruining the authenticity of the game. here's something people don't talk about enough either. The core COD audience isn't the sweats and the movement kings. It's people who come home, kick their shoes off, and just want to relax for a few matches. That's the majority of the player base, and there's no shooter that scratches that itch quite like Call of Duty, in my opinion. Nobody has been able to out COD. Battlefield 6 came the closest. It was the best-selling game of 2025, dethroning COD for the first time in 20 years. But Black Ops 7 finished 5th. That's the franchise's lowest annual ranking. So the pressure on MW4 is semi-real. The only thing I'll say about content, COD has gotten way too comfortable, dropping 12 maps at launch, 8 original, 4 remasters, then feeding you the rest through battle passes and seasonal drops. If the content was already planned and ready, just give it to us at launch. Give us something that feels complete. Overall, I'm looking forward to playing MW4, and if you're not, that's perfectly fine. But there's no need to sit and hate and LARP on something that you don't enjoy. Just let the people who love it play it, and that's it. But let me know down below. Are you excited for MW4, or have you moved on from COD entirely? I just want to know where people stand.